Neelakantam Virupaksham Nirmalam Nilayaprabham Namami Shirsa Devam. In this video, we will see Kotirudra Samhita. The greatness of Upalingas. After describing about the 12 Jyotirlinga, Sutta mentioned about the various Upalingas originating from them. The Upalinga named Someshwar is situated at a place where the earth meets the ocean. This Upalinga is also known as Antakesh. The Upalinga originating from Mallikarjuna is famous by the name of Rudreshwar. Similarly, the Upalinga originating from Mahakal Jyotirlinga is known as Dugdesh. The Upalinga manifesting from Omkar Jyotirlinga is famous as Kardameshwar. The Upalinga manifesting from Kedareshwar Jyotirlinga is known as Bhuteshwar and is situated at the bank of Yamuna river. The Upalinga manifesting from Bhimashankar Jyotirlinga is famously known as Bhimeshwar. The Upalingas manifesting from Nageshwar, Rameshwar and Dushmeshwar Jyotirlingas are known as Bhuteshwar, Gupteshwar and Vyagreshwar respectively. All these Upalingas are considered to be very sacred. A devotee who has darshan of these Upalingas gets liberated from all of his sins. Apart from these 12 Jyotirlingas and Upalingas, there are numerous other lingas which have great religious importance. They are Kritika Vaseshwar, Tilamandeshwar, Bhuteshwar, Batukeshwar, Purusheshwar, Siddhanteshwar, Shringeshwar, Gopeshwar, Rangeshwar, Rameshwar, Atrishwar, Mahabalalinga Kameshwar, Ganeshwar, Shukreshwar, Chandrasekhar, Rishishwar, Laliteshwar, Pashupatishwar, Kumtinath and Andakeshwar and so on. Atri and Nansuya do penance. Sage Atri and his wife Nansuya were doing penance in the forest called Kamad, situated near the Chitrakoot mountain. Once it did not rain for many days. As a result, people living in that area faced a severe drought. Nansuya requested her husband to help out the people from their hardships. Sage Atri sat down to meditate. One by one, his disciples deserted him. Only Nansuya remained with him. She spent her days worshipping the Parthiva Lingas and circumambulating Sage Atri, who was engrossed in his meditation. She had vowed not to have a single morsel of food till it rained. All the deities became very pleased with their penance. They arrived at the place where both of them were doing penance and after giving blessings went back to their respective abodes. Lord Shiva and River Ganga stayed there. It did not rain for 54 years. Both Sage Atri and Nansuya continued with their respective penance. While doing penance, Sage Atri felt thirsty. He requested Nansuya to fetch some water. Nansuya went with a kamandal in search of water but did not find it anywhere. Ganga appeared before her and said, "I am very pleased with you. You can demand anything from me you like." Nansuya demanded only a kamandal full of water for her husband. Ganga instructed her to dig up a pit, and when it was done, she entered into that pit. Nansuya filled her kamandal with the water from that pit and went back to her thirsty husband. After quenching his thirst, Atri inquired from Nansuya as to where did she find water. Nansuya narrated the whole story. Both of them then went back to the place where Nansuya had met Ganga. Both of them requested Ganga to stay at that very place. Ganga agreed to remain there on the condition that Nansuya donates all the virtues attained by a husband by worshipping Lord Shiva for 1 year. Nansuya donated all the virtues without any hesitation. Lord Shiva became very much pleased by their charitable tendencies. He appeared before them. After eulogizing, Atri requested Lord Shiva to remain in his hermitage accompanied by Parvati. Lord Shiva agreed to do so. Ganga also stayed with them. Later on, Atri performed a grand yajna, after the completion of which it rained heavily. Thus, Atri ended the phase of drought by his tremendous penance. River Mandakini flows from that same pit which Nansuya had dug up. The Shivalinga, which was worshipped by Nansuya during that time, later on came to be known as Atrishwar Linga. The Brahmin woman attains heaven. Once upon a time, there lived a Brahmin at a place called Karni, situated at the bank of the river Reva. When the Brahmin became old, he went to Kashi after leaving behind his wife to live with his sons. After some time, the Brahmin died. When the Brahmin's sons came to know about his death, they went to Kashi and performed his last rites. After some days, the Brahmin's women died too. The Brahmin's son Suvad again went to Kashi carrying the ashes of their dead mother as per her own wish. On his way, Suvad became a guest of another Brahmin. Suvad witnessed an amazing event in the night, in which he saw his host trying to milk the cow. At first, he allowed the calf to drink the cow's milk for some time. His host then moved away the calf from the cow. The calf was still hungry and was not willing to move away from the cow. The Brahmins thrashed the calf very badly. This made the cow very sad and vowed to teach that wicked Brahmin a lesson. The calf tried his best to convince his mother against doing this, as her action might make her commit the gravest of sins, the Brahmahatya. But the cow was not worried, as she knew the method of nullifying that sin. Suvad was surprised that the cow knew the method of nullifying the sin of Brahmahatya. Next morning, the Brahmin entrusted the job of milking the cow. The Brahmin's son gave a severe thrashing to the calf, who was unwilling to move away from his mother. The angry cow lifted the Brahmin's son with her horns and dashed him against the ground. The Brahmin's son died on the spot. When the Brahmin returned to his home, he became very furious on seeing his son dead. He drove both the cow and the calf out of his house after beating them very badly. The color of the cow had turned blue due to the thrashing she got from that Brahmin. The cow went to the temple of Nandikeshwar, situated at the bank of river Narmada. To neutralize the sin of Brahmahatya, she took dip in the water of river Narmada for 3 times. As a result, she regained her original color. Suvad had followed the cow all along the way. He was amazed to see the cow regaining her original color. He proceeded on his further journey towards Kashi. He met a beautiful lady on the way who inquired as to where was he going. Suvad told her that he was going to immerse the ashes of his mother in the holy water of the river Ganga. The lady advised him to immerse the ashes in the water of Narmada itself, as the holy Ganga herself comes to meet Narmada on the 7th day of Vaishak every year. Today is the same auspicious day when the holy Ganga will be coming to meet Narmada, said the beautiful woman. She also told him that immersing the ashes in the waters of Narmada would help his mother to attain the divine abode. This beautiful lady was none other than Ganga herself. After advising Suvad, she disappeared. Suvad followed the instruction of that beautiful lady. He immersed the ashes in the waters of Narmada. He saw his mother attaining a divine body. His mother blessed Suvad and then attained the abode of Lord Shiva. Mahabali Shivalinga. Describing about Mahabali Shivalinga, Suta said to the sages, Mahabali Shivalinga is situated at Gokarna area. A devotee who has a darshan of Mahabali Shivalinga on the 8th or 14th day of Ardra Nakshatra falling on Monday becomes free from all his sins and attains the Shivaloka. Having a darshan of the Shivalinga on any other day too helps a man to attain the abode of Almighty. All the deities, ancestors, holy rivers like Ganga and the Naga stand guard on all the 4 entrances of Mahabala temple. Even the most degraded sinner attains salvation if he worships Mahabala Shivlinga on the 14th day of Magha. On this day, people come from all over India to see the grand festival. In the next video, we will see the remaining part of Kotirudra Samhita. Om Namah Shivaya.